Hi, this is Steve Buckspan for TrueHollywoodTalk.com. It's Tom McCarthy, the writer and director of The Visitor, and I want to give him a warm welcome to TrueHollywoodTalk.com. How you doing?
Great, I'm doing great. Great to be here.
First of all, I want to know, how'd you get Richard Jenkins involved in the project The Visitor? You just called him up and said, I got a great script for you? How'd that happen?
Yeah, pretty much like that. We actually have the same agent, and I gave it to her. I said, hand it to Richard, and then we sat down a week later, and that was it.
Why did you want to talk about this topic? Give us the basic premise about The Visitor, and tell us why this intrigues you so much.
Well, it's a little difficult to synopsize in a one or two liner, but basically it's Richard's movie. It's a story about an economics professor who comes down to New York and meets a couple of young artists, and his life is drastically changed. And then the mother of one of the young men arrives and evolves into a romance of sorts.
Give us your background as a writer. What have you been doing, since you started writing?
Well, this is my second film. My first film was The Station Agent, and this is my follow-up film.
I didn't even know that, and I have to tell you, Station Agent's one of my favorite movies. Critical acclaim, wonderful actors. Let me ask you something. I mean, this is really a tough thing. How do you do good writing for a lot of people that are becoming emerging screenwriters? How do you get a good story?
I think just try to come up with an original idea and invest in the characters and take your time. Don't rush the script.
So are you driven by personality, by story, by setting? What really focuses you, Tom? How'd you come up with this idea? When did Eureka strike? What happened?
I think it usually comes down to characters, trying to come up with original characters and putting them in the same world and then letting it organically evolve.
Where are you from? Where were you born?
New Jersey.
What part? I grew up in Livingston, New Jersey. What part? My neighbor. If I knew he was a writer. Hey, I got to ask you this, okay? Yeah. Casting's very important in movies. We saw that with The Station Agent. Do you, as a writer, have, let's just say, in your mind, are you writing for Richard Jenkins when you wrote this film?
Yeah, I did. I had Richard in mind from the beginning.
What about the other characters as a writer?
I had Richard and then Hiama Boss, who's a lovely actress from Europe. She lives in Paris now. She's Palestinian originally, and I'd seen her in a lot of movies coming out of the Middle East and cast her for that reason. And then the other two young actors, the other two leads, I just found through casting.
And let me ask you something. When you're the writer and the director and you're wearing two hats, what type of a director are you? Clint Eastwood's a one-take director. I mean, what's your style? Are you a collaborative director, or you're like, I'm the boss, you do what I tell you to do?
No, I'm pretty collaborative. I'm not as quick as Clint is, but he's been doing it for a little while longer.
What's the budget on a movie like this? I don't know if you can give out details, but this independent market in film is exploding. How much does it cost to cast and write and produce a movie of this quality? Give us a ballpark figure.
We're about $5 million.
Now, how does it work also with the bigger actors? Just so we know, we don't want Richard's salary, but we want to know is, how do you entice actors of Richard's quality? Is it the money? Is it?
Yeah, we gave Richard $4 million of the $5 million.
There you go. I mean, he's not. This guy's from New Jersey. He knows what's going on. What's coming up next for you?
Right now, it's all about putting The Visitor out there. We're going city by city with it, and Overture is doing a great job of distributing it. It comes out April 11th in L.A. and New York, and then expands from there.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Boston College and to Yale.
Another Yaley. I mean, my God. Maybe Tom should run for president. He seems like a real nice guy. I got to tell you this. What's been the response for the people that have seen it in the industry so far?
Terrific. We're very happy with the response.
You got distribution yet?
Yeah, it's Overture. They're putting it out April 11th.
Wow. Look, I'm going to go watch this film in about 10 minutes myself, so Dom doesn't think this fellow Jersey guy's just talking to him but not watching his movie. I want to thank you for coming. You're such a nice fella, for coming on TrueHollywoodTalk.com. Are you going to do some writing for some TV as well?
Not right now, no.
Now, when you walk into restaurants, do people know, like, you're the writer, director of, like, The Station Agent? Do you get better tables now? Like, how's that working for you?
It hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting for the day. I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, if you're in a restaurant in Los Angeles, Station Agent, now The Visitor, give this guy a goddamn good table, all right?
We lost our light.
Hey, this is Steve Buckspan for True Hollywood Talk.
Thanks.